Build the Enterprise-D from Fanhome. We are on the last box. This is it. This is it. And of course it's in a D'Agostini collectibles box for some brand confusion. I think they own Fanhome or they're the parent company. I don't know. I don't know at this point, but we only have 2 kit packs. So we are at the end. We're going to knock out 119. And then the very last one looks like it's mainly, there's like a cover. There's mainly the decals, which I think that'll be a little tricky, but we are there. We are there. So, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Kit pack 119. Stage 119. Okay. Alright, yep, that's gonna be fairly straightforward. Alright. Let's knock this out. Hopefully everyone's having a good day out there. I'm filming this on a overcast, lazy Sunday evening. Actually, it was thundering a while ago. Hopefully, I think the rain is not going to hit. We had some sprinkles all day and stuff like that, so I didn't ride the bike. Although, I need to call and get an appointment because I am almost at the break-in mileage, which is great. I'm going to have my first service done at the dealership because I'm under warranty. I will have to pay for that service though, but I want to get that first one done there, and then so in case any warranty issues come up, I don't have an issue with that. But then we can unlock a higher RPM. I am trying to filibuster because I was looking for this actually. My Wahoo Killer. So I got to open up. I shouldn't have said the name of this knife because that might get me shadow banned in the AI algorithm. But that's the name of the knife. We've opened up this package. Oh, squeaky creaky chair. I don't want to work tomorrow. Maybe I can see if I can put in for some leave on Friday. Maybe I can get my bike in. I need to go down to get the registration and plates for it too. Okay. Still run on that temp tag. Alright, looks like I need to get this battery box. Flip this guy over. We're going to line it up like so, and we're going to put 2 BM screws in it to hold it in place. Should I lube or dry? Or go dry? What do you say, Den Scourge? What should I do? What should I do? These look like, I think we'll go dry. We'll raw dog this one. Normally I lube this up with the 2-in-1 because it's going into metal. Let's see how it do. These are some smaller screws. I should get you down a little bit different view. Look at this camera work. You only get that here in the Real Cobra Burnout channel. For years I've been thinking about changing my channel name. I should have done it early on. But, because it's a, I don't know, what do you think? Should I change it to keep the logo? Or maybe I'm going to change the snake. Make it TRCB or something like that. I don't know. So I'm not locked in. Although I've had it for a while, so what's the point? It's not like I'm going to be a big deal. I don't know. I think I've done everything they say not to do to make your channel grow. I think I've just pretty much done that. That's the way I've gone about it. Okay, so that is in. Like Flynn. Not Flint, like Flynn. Correct way to say it. Now, we're take it over to the saucer section. Wow. Move y'all over here. And we're going to connect this up. Connect this up. It's a tiny little connector. Then we're going to feed this down in there. We're going to attach it using some FM screws. So, oh my goodness, it is a rat's nest of wiring in there. Let me show you. I mean, so now I got to clear all this somehow. How is that even going to be possible? And they don't even want to move either. These wires are stiff in there. They are locked into place. See if I can get it down in there far enough without crushing anything. There we go. Easier than I thought. Okay. FM screws. I will lube these. Spill these out into here. Where's my little tray? So I got the little tray. This will be the last time you see the 3-in-1. So this one is in honor of Den Scourge. Put a little more, a little drippity pippity right in there, a little lubrication. And we're going to dip our tips. We'll help it. We insert into the middle. Once again, my bit is demagnetized. How does that happen? What's going on? I'm going to rub it on the bottom of this magnet. See if that helps out. How long does it take to remagnetize? About that long. Dip in the tip. So we can get this one in. Oh, jeez! That one started. Good night. We'll get them all started, then we'll try to support the saucer underneath and try to avoid another collapse like we just had. If anything's broken in this in the end, there is no takebacks. That is how it is. Got some comments from the last vid, which I'll read off. I'll do it for this one and probably for the next one, and then my GT. We'll be back on the GT500 build. I don't think I'm gonna do it for that one. Losing too many subscribers doing that. That's crazy. Although I've always had slough off from subscribers, the in and outs, because my channel's a schizophrenia. People like one vid and they're like, now he's doing what? Building a Star Trek model. Unsubbed. Or, oh, he did a motorcycle video? Unsubbed. Like, oh, he just did another video? Unsubbed. That's how my channel's been for years. Since its inception, I guess. Haven't heard from Catfish Redneck in a long time. I wonder what that dude's doing. Then again, I haven't been over to his channel either. Just now thinking about him. Alright, that is in place. Let me go grab some batteries. Alright, got some batteries. These are Energizers. I'm a little annoyed because I only had one Amazon Basics AAA. I wanted to put Amazon Basics in here to match the rest, so they would corrode and explode later. But E-Boomy's getting lucky with these on this side. Be sure you check the rest of them. Okay. Battery pack. Or battery lid cover or whatever. How's this go in? Like that. Come on now. Can't see. These battery boxes are just pure garbage. Hold on, getting a phone call. Alright, here's some thunder out there. A phone call, waiting for my boy to get back over here before I start grilling up the steaks, but we may be in a full rainstorm by the time he gets over, and I can't get these tabs to get in there. So I got these little tabs, they need to go down in there. There we go. Guess I was making it harder than it needed to be. Alright, we got the silver screw. Silver screw. Oh, come on. Snug this down to hold the battery box in place. Battery box cover, I guess. That's good. And we got lights. Of course, we had them before. Trying to turn all my overhead lights off, but they're not all going off. But all the saws are, I guess this is like just an extra power supply for it. I wish all the batteries would light up everything, but it doesn't. So you have multiple battery packs. Anyway, they work. Still works. Let me get these lights back on. Okay. Well, there it is. I don't see any other steps. So let's see here. We'll read out the comments and we have one more issue to go. Cover and oh, message from my daughter. Cover and then the decals. Decals are going to be a little bit of a chore, but I should be able to trim like some of the wait time out of that. Hopefully condense that down. Then we'll have to get out the old base, the tripod thing, and see if this thing actually can get displayed. I'll display it probably on this table behind me for a little bit while I figure out a shipping solution to the legendary Ebomi. If you don't know why he's getting it, you gotta dig through my vids, dig through some of his vids. Alright, let's see if we can lose some more subscribers. Last video here, my brother said, Ronnie's Games, he said, I'm ready, engage. I'm ready to get this one done. John Solar said, well, that's one big ship. This is true, and it's heavy. That's the thing about this thing. It is heavy because a lot of it's metal. Some odd choices for where it was plastic, but some odd design choices. But this has been, it's literally like, feels like I built this thing out of a box of scraps. But I ain't no Tony Stark. Smile money. I thought these hobbies were supposed to help reduce stress and be a way to relax. I don't know where you got that idea from. These hobbies are designed to take your money and give you a lot of extra stress and spread that out over a 3 to 5 year period. JGG1701 says, there's good as well as bad days in the model making, especially styrene kits. Now real model, this is like a parts work kit. The styrene kits, plastic models that you're gluing, painting and stuff, that's an art form skill set. Those are cool. A lot lighter than these too, and you can put lights and stuff in a lot of these ships. They're like that. But this one, heavy. It's designed for an average dude or girl to be able to screw it together or snap it together and things like that. Unfortunately, this one, yeah, been a roller coaster. The way they did the the wiring and stuff, it's just bizarre. That's why I like the car kits better. There's less wiring on those. My GT500, I can't wait to get back over to that. I'm so excited to get back over to that. Soon. Soon. Let's see. JGG1701. Exciting and frustrating at the same time. Definitely. I think we kind of discussed that throughout the whole build. There's videos where I, just in retrospect, where, man, I was ready to toss this thing in the garbage. So pissed on some issues. And then some stages were like brilliant. Just brilliant. Like, oh, that went together perfect. Happy. Of course, I will give Fanhome credit and a shout out again, because they saved this. They saved this from Eagle Moss. They bought out a lot of the Eagle Moss stuff. So they saved the DeLorean from Back to the Future. They saved this, and I don't know if there's some others that they saved. So I had started with Eagle Moss, and I almost, when they went out of business, I almost tossed what I had in the bin, in the garbage, because it was like, how are you going to finish it? And then they contact me, so they're restarting it. So I will give them credit for that. So this is the Eagle Moss design. Now, if Fanhome had designed it themselves, would they have done it the same? I don't know. Ebomi said, let's dock. That's gay. Ebomi, the legendary Ebomi says, holy cow, so close to being done. All this time and all the aggravation that you've gone through. I know, right? And we were almost to the end. I will say, like, I had highs and lows with the Back to the Future build as well, the DeLorean. But that one at least has one battery box at the bottom. This one, what concerns me is the multiple battery locations. Here, you got to disconnect the saucer from the Cobra neck to get to a battery box hidden in there. So once those batteries drain, these lights are out. If you want to flick them back on later, you got to disconnect this guy. And then the two nacelles are separated, or powered separately by the little round batteries like you put in a car remote. And then this section, the battle section, or the lower part of it, has a separate battery box under here, under this panel. And this one, unfortunately, the switch is trashed. So I have the batteries out of it, I think, right now. So the switch, and it's a real tiny switch. And by the time I knew it was no good, this had all been buttoned up. So I can't I'd have to just tear up the model to get back into it and try to replace that switch. But luckily, no matter which position it's in, it's always on. One side might be a little brighter, but I think it's always on. So the solution is take the batteries out. Put the batteries in when you want it on. Although when it's turned upside down, or turned right side up, right now it's upside down. If you just have the screw, I noticed that the screw on the lid, just loosen that. You can keep the batteries in there, and the lid will be kind of disengaged because of the gravity, the weight, so it's kind of popped out a little bit, and this plate will still be able to set in there. And I'll test that out further once it's done. So that's kind of a manual on-off. You know, turn that a couple turns, loosen a couple turns, and it'll be off. Snug it up, because this lid is required to push down on the batteries to make it work. So at least we have that. So it could be worse. So you will be able to use all the lights. That's a flaw in the slaw. Had I known that switch was bad before it was buttoned up, because it was working when I first did it. So something happened to that switch. Got crossed. The streams got crossed. Okay, I've babbled enough to extend this out, I guess, unintentionally to 10 minutes or more by now. Book 31, we have one more left. Thanks for watching me, or hanging out with me on this journey. We'll see you on the next one. Boom.